Hey, what's up guys? This is Amazon's Fire TV Stick 4K Max. I'm gonna unbox this thing, set it up, and review it. I'll show you guys the interface. I'm also gonna play some games using Amazon's cloud gaming service, Luna, so you guys get a sense of gaming as well. So let's go ahead and open this up. And in another video, I'm gonna compare this to the older Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K, which I've been using for a long time. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications so you guys know when that comes out. I'm also gonna compare it to the Chromecast, and there's a Roku streaming stick coming out in a few weeks. I'm gonna compare it to that as well. So a whole bunch of videos coming out. So be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. So let's see what's inside this thing. So nothing there. Okay, so this is the streaming stick. This is the main guy. Connects to a HDMI port. Your TV does not need to be 4K for this to work. Granted, if it's not 4K, you will not get 4K content. But if you do have a 4K TV, this should give you 4K. As far as the size comparison, it's essentially identical to the last generation, except it's 40% more powerful, which translates to faster app starts and more fluid navigation. So let's take a look at, it comes with a thicker USB cable, micro USB for power. And let's take a look at the remote. I'm a fan of the Fire TV remote because you have the dedicated rewind, play, pause. I really like that. One of my favorite remotes actually. So you have the Alexa commands here, you have your menu and everything, you have your home, menu button, go back, rewind, play, pause, fast forward, volume up, and looks like a mute button, which is, let me actually show you guys the older one just so we could take a look at the newer one. So this might be an input thing, there's a TV sign on it, I'll find out what that is, but it might be an input source selector, and then you have your 4 dedicated buttons. So it will automatically jump to Prime Video, Netflix, Disney Plus, and Hulu. And it should be 2 AAAs, which are just like last year. Okay, so this thing is an HDMI extender, and the reason for this is pretty much necessary in my case, because this thing is fairly thick, so when you put it in, it blocks the other HDMI ports. So what I do is I plug it into this and I plug this into the TV. That way I can actually, use the other HDMI ports if I need them. But that's completely optional. You don't technically need to use that. And it does come with its dedicated power. So it does come with Amazon AAA batteries, alkaline. You do get your dedicated power. And they usually want you running dedicated power for these. So if your TV has a USB port as well, from what the last one said, the last one, they don't recommend connecting it to that. They want dedicated power or some other pretty much dedicated power for it to work. So if you're not going to use that, this is not exactly necessary, but my surge protector in my case has USB ports and I plug it to that and that works fine. But I don't think they want you plugging it into the TV. At least that's how the last one was. And that's pretty much it. So my TV has 3 HDMI ports here and 1 back here. I'm going to hook it up to this one because these 3 are taken. And in my case, I actually also need this special right angle adapter just because this part of it kind of blocks that portion from sticking out. So I have an adapter going to another adapter, and so this is pretty much going to be my setup. Now if we go through this quickly, you could see that for the most part it's lag free, so they did make it pretty fluid. So I do like that, especially considering the price. So everything loads fairly quickly and it feels very smooth. The cool thing about Alexa is, let's just say I want to watch an anime on Netflix specifically. I could just hold down the Alexa remote and say, Naruto on Netflix. And this will open up the Netflix app and it'll take me straight to Naruto. The cool thing is, I can also say Naruto on YouTube. And now it'll take me to YouTube and it'll show me Naruto here. So Alexa does a phenomenal job of finding this stuff. Now, if I go to Prime Video and I just want to just see everything that I bought, I can go to my stuff and it's going to show me my watch list and stuff. And now it's going to show me my purchases. So I bought all the Game of Thrones seasons minus season 8. And I bought Paw Patrol and some other stuff for my kids. So, and if I want to watch Paw Patrol with my kids and stuff, it's not going to ask me for a pin because it's pretty much, it's a low enough rating for the kids. It's basically kid safe. So it's not going to ask me for a pin. Whereas if I watch Game of Thrones, for sure it's going to ask me for a pin. So if I click on this, for sure, just as a heads up, and you can back out and stuff as well. So you can set those options in the settings, and over there, you could either turn it off, you could turn it off. You can also do the same thing for purchases. So again, here's my stuff that I bought. All my stuff is here. So if I want to watch any of this stuff, I could just click on it and watch it, and it's gonna load fairly quickly a pin. And again, if I wanted to fast forward, press play, and again, there we go. So very, very fast. Everything is fluid. Disney Plus is also pretty good too in terms of loading and everything like that. I mean, it's not the absolute fastest when I click on Disney Plus, but it's taking a second to load. But once I'm here, if I want to continue watching Raya, load it. I feel like this takes a little bit longer than the other one, but it's still very, very good. And if I fast forward this and I just click play, so still fairly quick. Here's music. There's also Spotify. So because I'm an Amazon Prime member, I get a certain amount, I think 2 million songs ad free. Then you can also pay a lot more and you could get pretty much any song you want ad free. But I'm not doing that because I already have that with Google. And this is on mute, so the whole point of this thing is to make your TV very smart. It pretty much takes any TV and makes it into a smart TV. It's very portable. You can take this with you when you're going on a trip, and all you really need is just Wi-Fi and you're good to go. And this thing does have Wi-Fi 6, which in theory can even work a bit faster, especially with Luna. I'll show you guys an example with Luna. So with their subscription, you get a list of games you could play for free. So I'm going to load one up just so you guys get a sense of how long it takes to load. So this is Sonic. So some games take a little bit longer than this. Some games take a little bit less than this. It really just depends on the game. So this one loads in, I mean, it does take a few seconds and stuff, more than a few seconds. And this is cloud computing, really. So the cloud is actually doing most of this processing and sending it back to the Fire TV stick. So really the Wi-Fi 6 is what's helping here, because it's also connected to my mesh Wi-Fi, which supports Wi-Fi 6. So it really helps with the connection, and it's playing with under 1080p resolution right now, because 4K is not supported as of yet, but it will be in the future. But you could tell that there's really no lag. And this other game is called Grid, and this one took a little bit longer to load, but you could still tell that it still has pretty good graphics. And then you get to the old school games like Contra, which loaded much, much quicker. And so it really, the quality of the game depends, but none of the games lagged while I was playing, which is a good sign. Moving on to the VLC, I did have to disable my hardware acceleration so my video can actually show up. My audio was playing, but my video wasn't. But when I played a 4K video file, there was some lag. And the reason for this is because it's not being transcoded. I feel like if it was transcoded inside the Synology, I think it would do, either there would be less lag or no lag. But in the case of a 1080p file, it plays at no issues at all without it being transcoded or anything like that. And you can watch stuff for free on live TV. So you go here where it says free live TV channels, and you could just click on any of this stuff and you could watch live TV, which I don't really buy this to watch live TV. I more buy this to watch Netflix and YouTube and Disney Plus and stuff like that, and listen to music sometimes, or check out my Ring camera, which is another cool feature that's might be a little bit hidden, but it's pretty cool. So I have a few Ring cameras at home, so if I want to see them, all I have to do is say show the front door camera. I just have to say show, and I have to say the name of the camera that I want to see, and it comes up, it connects, comes up, and it's live. And if I want to talk to someone, I just hold the Alexa button. Hey, how's it going? There we go. I can also minimize it to picture in picture. I can also say show camera full screen. And then it goes back to full screen. You can also say switch to full screen. So there are a few commands as well. So again, if I want to get out, I just get out, and I can see other cameras. So I have another camera. Show the front door bell camera. I almost forgot the name. I said doorbell. I should have just said doorbell. Sometimes I forget the names of the cameras that I have. But so this is my Ring Video Doorbell Pro 2, which I'm going to have a video on this as well. And this is a different resolution. That's why it's coming up like this. But it's actually even higher quality than the other one. So the other one is a 1080p camera, but this is actually a higher quality than 1080p. So that's why it's showing like this. But it's pretty awesome. So you could see your cameras. You could talk within the cameras. You can say dismiss picture in picture. So you can do a lot of stuff that's built into this. That's pretty awesome. And if you have Echo speakers, you can control your Fire TV through them. You could say Alexa, turn on my TV, or Alexa, put on the show. So you could do a whole bunch of stuff. Alexa just makes it very simple to do all this stuff. Final thoughts. I think this thing is pretty awesome, especially considering its price. First of all, it's pretty smooth. Solid, for the most part, lag-free. Is it perfect? No, but for the most part, it loads very quickly and it's pretty smooth, especially considering its price. You also get all these apps. You get Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Disney Plus, you get Showtime, you get Starz, you get Apple TV Plus, you can get the music subscriptions like Amazon Music or Spotify and some others. So does it have everything? No, but it has a lot of stuff. And when I'm on this thing, I'm not thinking like, oh, I wish it had this or I wish it had that. But all of this stuff in something that's portable. So if you're traveling, you can even take this with you. It's so easy to take. You just need a Wi-Fi connection and you're good to go, and obviously a TV. And you could also play games and stuff on it too. You could check out your Ring cameras. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this thing. You can even ask it questions, right? What's the tallest mountain in the world? There you go. I think this thing is pretty awesome. I also really like the remote. I like the dedicated buttons, the play, pause, fast forward, rewind, all of that stuff. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And be sure to check out my upcoming videos when I compare this to the previous version, the Fire TV 4K stick. I'm also going to compare this to the Chromecast with Google TV and the upcoming Roku, which is coming out in about 2 or 3 weeks. Thank you guys for watching.